It was around that time that Bunna took me to Mirranagu, the place where his Mirning ancestors had traditionally called the whales. I witnessed two whales way out in the bay. They lined up and leapt through the water. And they swam to where Bunna and Clem were standing. And this one whale came right up out of the water underneath us and roared. I was overwhelmed by the power and beauty of this experience. In that moment, I knew that the Mirning's connection with the whales was true. It took me back to my first connection with the dolphin in Ireland. Back in the camp, I shared with Bunna stories of some of the other tribes that I'd met through my research, who were also connected to the whales and dolphins, and for the most part were still living in their traditional ways.
In many indigenous cultures, symbols in nature are powerful omens of the times we're living in. When the first white buffalo calf was born, Chief Owl Looking Horse of the Lakota Sioux said, "We are now in a time of prophecy. Animal nations would stand upon Mother Earth a different color than their natural being. They are speaking to us with the only voice that can be heard. These messages are of a blessing and yet a great warning. It is a time of great urgency to unite for peace and harmony upon Mother Earth, in order for our future generations to survive. Mother Earth is not a resource, but rather the source of life itself. O Mitakwe Asin. For the Haida people of the Northwest, the birth of two white ravens also signaled a time of great change. For the Mirning, the birth of white whales is of immense significance.
The white whale is a special whale. And when it comes down, it's a warning to us, telling us to take care of Mother Earth.
I heard it said that the white whale prophecy heralded the recognition of the Mirning as whale dreamers and was a symbol of great hope for all humanity. So it was decided to call a gathering of some of the indigenous elders and whale tribes that I had met from around the world to come and bear witness.
My name is Bunna Laurie. This is Clem Laurie. This is Rob Laurie. We are the people from the Nullarbor, the Mirning tribe, and we would like to welcome you to come to our land on the Nullarbor and celebrate with us the Year of the Dreamin' and the people of the whale.
So we sent out this video invitation from Mirranagu. But as the months passed, we wondered whether our dream would become a reality, whether the gathering would happen at all.
Well, it took 2 years and several acts of generosity to enable the gathering to happen.
We will do what we can.
An incredible team of dedicated people were involved in preparing a camp and all the logistics.
I've also been speaking to many of the elders here.
Get you comfortable. And that's certainly our intention.
For a week, together in September, they looked after 85 people in the middle of the Nullarbor Plain. Respected Indigenous elders came from all over the world. Everyone there to share their own spiritual traditions and to bear witness to the mourning and their fragile culture of whale dreaming.
Your pilikia, your problems, your interests, your concerns are.
And if we can be any help that way, we will support you.
To share different ceremonies and ideas with the mourning. From Hawaii, Pu'amahoe represented the spirituality and aloha of the islands.
Our people have experienced the desecration of a tradition that we in our heart knew was great as Hawaiians.
From the Bashi people in the Congo, Kikosa Kajangu, a wisdom poet, scholar, and a carrier of African wisdom, called in the ancestral spirits with the medicine of the drum to bring unity and blessings to the gathering.
We say thanks to the Mother of Creation. And the drum hopefully will help them to find their way here. They'll hear our sound.
Native American grandmother Patricia de Assis shared her vision of the times they were living in.
The elders have said this is a time of, as we say in my language, Danila Wega. It's a time of coming together. So we save this earth, the planet, and the people.
Roy Littleson, an Indonesian who lived with Hopi elder Titus Komayumtewa for over 7 years, shared ceremonies and rituals around the fire.
What is eternal is our spirit, and that's what we have in common. And when we meet, let's recognize each other by our spirit.
Over the 7 days, he guided them in the building of a medicine wheel, a 5,000-year-old global indigenous healing system, teaching the virtues of its unifying principles.
All is within us, so actually we are also the medicine wheel. But we need sometimes something outside of us to remind each other that we all are one.
Alberta Thompson, a Native American elder from the American Northwest, represented a lone voice in her tribe, the Makah.
I truly, really love the whale.
She spoke out against the reintroduction of the killing of the friendly gray whales by her people.
Pray for my village and lay down that harpoon.
Alberta had become a staunch defender of the whales, turning against that aspect of her traditional background.
The spirit I received from them was a spirit of trust, that they trusted us. And I said, to me alone, I just felt like they were saying thank you to me.
From the last remaining high cloud forests of Colombia came a representative of the Ua people, Siraku Tegria, with his friend and translator, Terry Freitas.
We're living right now in a time that's very difficult. It's very dangerous for us being indigenous people in Colombia.
They came to show solidarity with the Murning through their own struggle against the Occidental Oil Company.
taking the petroleum from under the earth is like taking the blood of Mother Earth, in that the blood is sacred, and you can't exploit that.
The Uwa were engaged in a desperate confrontation with the oil companies in an effort to preserve the last of their sacred traditional lands. Maori elder Pauline Tangiora came from Aotearoa, New Zealand.
That was the only thing the European knew. Disunite our tribal people, and you kill off a people completely.
Long-time activists for disarmament, peace, indigenous and women's rights, through her Maori culture and connection to the legends of the whale riders, Pauline shared this deep spiritual bond.
The whales have uplifted us to realize, hey, we're here. We are not going to go away unless you want to destroy us. You destroy us, you'll destroy humanity.